Start it up with the Startup Nation.
Okay, welcome everyone. So here we are with Scott Gerber, our Gen Y guy, and Riva Lasansky, our resident trend center and startup chiropractor of the Braintrust, and Scott McDonald, who is our marketing maniac of the Braintrust, who's clearly needing to have more attention drawn to him. Do you want a moment, Scott?
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Good. I wanted to hit the week in review, you guys, so let's go through it a little bit here. This is actually a couple of weeks in review, and from the Financial Times, I just wanted to point out some headlines here that I think are really interesting and impact small business. One of those is that U.S. factory orders are showing an unexpected rebound. This is pretty cool. So the last quarter is showing that, indeed, the bigger companies in the economy are actually revving up. They're kicking it up a notch, and that's pretty exciting. Now, the key thing to note here in this Week in Review little tidbit of news is that there are really two legs to the economy. One leg of the economy is those big businesses, and the other leg of the economy is the rest of us, the other half of the economy, and that's the small businesses. And in fact, things in the small business marketplace have appeared to be relatively flat. In terms of job growth, for example, not a lot of hiring going on, but there are signs, according to the media and according to some surveys that have been done, that suggest that now small business is also planning to hire. So I'll share some stats with you here. The National Federation of Independent Business has an Optimism index, and it suggests that small businesses are more optimistic now for the year ahead than they have been. Who's laughing?
I am, because it's just funny to me that, you know, it's hard to not be optimistic when there's just been nothing but negativity for multiple years on end now. Like, an optimism index, I mean, I think that right now it's really about actually focusing on what really needs to happen versus what the collective is feeling. Because I can cite CNN polls that have told me this week that 80% of people out there still feel the economy's in the toilet. So it really just depends on who you want to listen to.
Yeah, I think that's, you know. Go ahead, Librita.
I was going to say, one of the things that I do is I write a survey every week, a column every week for AOL Small Business called Survey Says. So I'm looking at tons of surveys all the time. And Scott's right. They're up, they're down, people are feeling good, they're feeling bad. But I think if you take it collectively, people are feeling better. And I think the key with entrepreneurs are really business owners get their money from two places, right? They either get it from businesses, so the B2B, if bigger businesses are doing better, it's going to filter down. And two, they get it from consumers, and that I think is a little bit more worrisome because we need to get consumers spending again. And you know, I don't know about where you guys are, but I'm paying $3.40 a gallon for gas. That is not a good thing. That's not going to help the economy overall.
Absolutely.
I'm lucky enough to be very close to the data at probably the #1 incorporator starter of new businesses in the United States. And the results recently, well, the beginning of January here, have been very encouraging. I'd like to think of this as kind of, you know, like a housing starts index where we're seeing a lot of new businesses, a significant increase over 2008, 2009, and 2010. You know, I believe that that's a very positive sign for the economy. Now, whether those people are going to hire remains to be seen, but I think with the kind of the combination of some tax incentives we've seen recently, some loosening of the credit, it looks like a very good year for 2011 in small businesses.
Right on. And all the pundits are saying that there's somewhere around a 3% growth rate expected for our economy this year. That growth rate may increase if small businesses kick into gear. Small businesses have kind of been dragging that down. There's a reporter by the name of Rex Nutting from MarketWatch, and he's done some studies about this. And what he's learned is that the true job creation doesn't happen just broadly in small business, but in fact it happens most of all in startups. The newest companies are the ones that are creating jobs most rapidly. So we have a mission, you guys. We've got to encourage people to make sure that they start up in the year ahead for the good old US of A.
Well, at the same time, though, I would add to that. I also think that we have to start actually providing real resources to these small businesses. Again, we could talk about, and no offense to what Scott's saying, I 100% agree. I've heard amazing stats about new startups, but that's just the problem. We talk about startups as a cool thing, as if it's supposed to be the end-all, be-all of what a business is meant to be, when the reality is startups need to transform. Startups need to become small businesses and larger businesses. And right now, frankly, from my perspective, from that of the youth Gen Y guy here, I haven't seen any resources from the government level that have been really effective to this point. I haven't seen TARP money funnel down yet, where banks start to really open up lending to the startup world. VCs are still tight. Angels are still tight.
Yes.
So I really think we need to start to find ways of helping encourage this level of startup. And I am starting to see that there's these programs in the works. What in the works means in government terms or in private terms remain to be seen. But I'm optimistic. I just want to make sure we're also being practical and on the ground about it.
Our Gen Y guy on our next episode, folks, is going to be giving a prescription for the United States of America and exactly how to free up all that money out there.
Give me 5 minutes. I'll solve our credit woes.
Okay, great. Hey, let me jump to another.